by Bob Coleman.
I see Ross. Everybody else has seen Ross, not me. Mine's automatically. Can I just do it again? Off.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Behind us, we find ourselves walking on air. We are the people we never thought we would be. We're standing again on an unfamiliar path. When we go our separate ways for high school, till middle school will remain more than just a memory. When we savor the pictures in our yearbooks and the signatures to go with them, when we treasure our time spent at Hill, we'll remember it did more for us than just teach us. It molded us into our present beings. We got something out of each day spent in the classroom, or each access in the corridor. Whether we finally understood that math problem, or a teacher had an impact on our life, we left each day at 2:10 with something to think about. And after 3 years, we realized we have accomplished something great. In the midst of finding out who we really are, and defining our strengths and weaknesses, we have also discovered much about our peers, making them our best friends, and making Hill an untouchable place in our hearts. Thank you, and good luck to all. The bell to ring at 2:10. This signal tells us that we can go home, that we are free. But today, June 13th, 1996, our final bell is about to ring. Today, we move on a little less happy, or with mixed emotions, because we know it is time to move on. Our 3 years have gone by without us even noticing it, and now we must look back on our memories and to what Hill has given us. At Hill, we haven't just learned lessons in math or history. We have learned so much more.
Jennifer Danielle Kephart. Travis E. Carter. Erica Patterson. Mark Liardini. Lindsay Marie Watkins. Bruce Sanders. Tiani K. Pointer. Sarah Marie Ballard. Nicholas A. Yanchunas. Tirhas Bayane Teklahamata. Sean Andrew Christensen. Kelly Ann Benson. Mike Pinkerton. Winter C. Williams. Jeffrey Nahashan. Joni Shannon. Paul Berkamen Grandjean. Kristen Lobianco. Robert Helding. Lauren O'Callahan. Ryan Donovan. Kimberly Ann Petty. Sean Thompson. Christina Silvermay Barks. Eric Holland. Stephanie Camisto. Evan Thomas Weissman. Kelly Lynn Weatherwax. Wyatt Ellison. Amy Esther Rokich.
Okay. We should be going now. We're going. I have it on. It's been a while. And let's see, this is June 23rd, 1996. Ryan has made 2 fantastic outs, and he's gotten a double. I see the battery flashing, so I'm gonna end off right now, so hopefully I can get something of what he will do. Okay, this is Pat Donovan signing out on June 23rd, 1996. 2 outs by Donovan and a great double. Great hit. Okay. Well, great. This guy is right in my way. I hope he moves because Ryan is behind him and the battery is flashing. Okay. Come on, Ryan. Let's see what we're going to do here. Come on. I think that might have been foul. I don't know what the count is. His second time up, he made a double before. The best hit he's gotten this season. Okay. Now what are we going to do here, Ryan? Let's keep us alive. I guess that was a ball. Seems like it was. I'm not sure what's up there. I don't know why he's swinging that back there. Okay, looks like he's in his batter's stance. He's going to attack. Come on, slam that. Give it a back. You know what you can do. Okay, he's got to walk. Okay, he's on base. He's on base. He's on base. He's on base. Okay. Way to watch, Rye. Wish I could have gotten you double, but did I? Okay, that brought Ryan to third. Oh well.
Go, Ryan. Go, buddy. Go 1-4. Come on. Work down, Ryan. Make him work down, huh? Here we go. There you go.
Suck it up now.
There you go. 1-4. Good job, Don. Good job.
Good hit, Ryan.
Hey, hustle out. Let's go. Let's play some defense now. Hustle out. Here we go, DJ. Good job, Ryan. Way to get off.
Come on, Ryan. Another good hit.
Chase! That's strike.
Uh-huh.
Right behind you. Okay. Get off. Get off. Get off.
1-1. June 26, 1996. Damn.
Get off, get off.
Go, Ryan!
Yeah, go, go, go! Yeah! Yeah! It's away, that's away! All right! Woo! Okay, bases are loaded! All right!
All right, bracket. Do it again, Ryan.
Bring them all in! Go, Ryan! That was a good hit. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was good. That was a good hit.
That was hot. Grand slam!
Base hit would do it, yeah. Base hit would do it. Grand slam would be beautiful.
Okay, here we are. Ryan just advanced 2 runners, 1 to third, 1 to second. So he's on first. And Ryan Brackett is up. Oh boy, this guy just got right in front of me.
You want that first and make sure it's right here on the inside. So you can pull, okay? Don't go outside.
Boy, the camera's kind of dusty, Mark.
Ryan, be safe over there. You can't go anywhere, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna hope I can push this off a little bit. Oh, I guess I can't.
Go! All right, all right! All right!
Oh.
Way to hit him in! Good! Yeah!
Okay, so it looks like Brackett's on first, is it? Oh, Brackett's on second.
Shot, Ryan! No out! Go, DJ! Keep it going! No out!
Kevin!
No out. Hey, look, Kevin!
Go, huh? Look for that pitch down there, huh, babe? Here we go now. Go 20.
Go, 7.
Good job, Carew. Good job. Way to go for it, huh?
I love you, Matthew. I live on Haver Street.
Oh, tough one. That's all right. All right. Got another one to work.
Come on, Kevin, you can do it, Kevin.
Galassi, you're on that. Just make sure it comes back. Somebody's on it.
He's got it.
Okay, we got no outs. Watch your line drive.
Twos, guys. 2-2.
Go, go.
Kevin!
Please don't. I will.
Good job, Kevin. Good job.
Make a pot of coffee.
Jacket out the bracket. Get him his jacket. Oh, white shirt. Oh, stop. That's the second trip to town, though, right? Down.
Can't get this stuff off. I don't know.
Good job, Matt.
Yes, Ryan Brackett at second. Ellen sat first. They came in. Another guy coming up. Oh. Oh, all right. Okay. Pitch is back. And let's see what's happening. Huh? Oh, there's still.
Way to get hold of it, Kevin. Way to go, Kevin. Good job, Carew. Way to be on him, buddy. Way to be on him. Well.
Right, Ryan.
Go, Carew. Right.
Bobby!
Okay, Bobby. Gotta be running. Watch the line drive. Go, Bobby. Here we go. No outs. Now watch the line drive. I don't want him.
Yeah.
Okay, Bobby. Okay, Bobby.
Come on, dugout. Let's go.
Period. Bobby. Bob. Go that Bob. Good eye, Bobby. Hey, Bobby. Here we go now, 2-1, baby. Here we go, huh? Look for that fastball. Drive it up the middle.
Kevin.
Hey, go, look.
All right. Right.
Okay, we're here at the Baseball Hall of Fame, and first team elected
Right here.
to the basketball. This is the Basketball Hall of Fame. Okay, that's the first team elected. Celtics. The trophy cases.
You stop it, you gotta get on the light. You gotta step on the red spot.
I don't know. One last time, Ryan.
You gotta step on the light, the red light. This.
You didn't. You must not have. Okay, put your hands up. Up. Up further. All the way over your, like. Yeah. July 4th, 1996.
Yeah.
And there
1996. Oh, I
is
got a headache.
Grandma.
I got a headache.
Now, would you want me to tell Brian for prosperity?
I'm not gonna tell you. You're not gonna tell Brian anything. You're so afraid to talk.
Okay, tell me.
I want some tiger lilies.
Tiger lilies. Now that's Uncle Kevin. Or my brother Kevin. There he is. Okay.
Did you hear Kevin?
Enjoying
Like
the
tiger
sun?
lilies.
Tiger lilies.
Yeah, tiger lilies. And sweet peas, wild sweet peas.
Birdie.
Happy 4th of July.
Okay, 4th of July, 1996. And this is at Grandma's house, 45 Warren.
45 Warren Street. Southbridge, Massachusetts, zip code 01550.
And Grandma just had this painted. Is that correct, Grandma? What? Just had this painted? 45 Warren. She's having all these plants put in. Now this was Kevin's summer home. Many a summer when he was growing up. Correct? Am I correct?
Eh oui, monsieur, ça est fait. Quand j'étais en petit enfant, je m'habite ici. C'est ma Ryan, Antonio.
Antonio?
And if you look, you'll see next to Brown that he will someday be taller than his Uncle Kevin.
Yes.
Unless Uncle Kevin starts growing it.
Yes, he's 5'9", about 5'9.5" currently, 150 pounds. Right, Ryan? That's how much you weighed? 150? Why?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so since you were writing your journal, tell me, how's the little vacation been going so far?
Good.
Good. Well, what did you enjoy most about it? What did you? What are some things you remember, recall?
Empire State Building, climbing all the stairs.
Empire State Building or Statue of Liberty?
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. Okay.
And going to the Immigrant Island.
Ellis Island.
Ellis Island. And going to Tower of the World Trade Center.
Mm-hmm.
Going in the middle of New York.
Uh-huh. What do you remember about the people in New York?
They're different.
How are they different?
I don't know. I can't describe it.
Well, try.
They all have shaved heads.
Okay, well, that's different. Okay, and you saw Independence Day the other day.
Oh,
It was a good movie? How'd you rate that?
1 to 10?
Yeah.
10.
10? Okay, well, critics agree with you, I believe. At least the audiences seem to. They're packing the theaters. Okay, thank you.
He's got to lean forward.
Lost them.
Jim Catfish Hunter right over here.
His gloves, see? Catfish?
Yeah. Pirates.
Pirates over here. Over here. Pirates. Roberto Clemente. The pride of Puerto Rico. Clemente King, Pittsburgh in 1955. It was a remarkable find. Okay.
Boston. July 9th, 1996. We're on a ferry. Now we're just about to leave the ferry dock.
Aquarium. Aquarium is one of the finer institutes of its type here on the eastern seaboard. And its central attraction is a four-story saltwater tank that holds 180,000 gallons of fuel. On the right-hand side now is you can see a rusty iron bridge. That's the Northern Avenue swing by the graduating class of MIT in 1923. It serves the same purpose as a regular drawbridge. However, instead of going up and down, this bridge swings on a central axis of 90 degrees to allow traffic up in the channel. If you look up the Fort Point Channel on the right-hand side, you can see a 12-story gray cement building. That's built on what used to be known as Griffith's Fort. It was there on a night in December of 1773 that a group of 90 colonists who were partially disguised as Indians boarded 3 East India Company tea ships. These were the Eleanor, the Dartmouth, and the Beaver, and threw some 300 cases of tea into Boston Harbor and protested the British tax against it. This way they became known as the famous Boston Tea Party. Now on the right, you can see a white tent. That's the Harbor Lights take such people as Patti LaBelle and Frank Sinatra. Also, the construction you see just to the right there is Boston's new federal courthouse. All this, the Harbor Lights and the courthouse are located on Boston's Fan Pier. The courthouse should be done around the year 1998. Phineas Venus, a gentleman who immigrated from Albania nearly 60 years ago, virtually penniless. Boston, this is considered one of Boston's finest seafood restaurants, and as you can imagine, he's doing very well for himself now. The next pyramid here is Top 24. For many years was the major terminal for the large cruise ships that would visit the port of Boston. However, this was discontinued in the 1950s. More recently, the building on top of the World Trade Center, Boston, was renovated in 1986. It was designed to house a wide variety of trade shows, such as the home shows, boat shows, and auto shows that visit the port of Boston. Also sailing from the Commonwealth Pier on weekdays starting June 22nd through the summer months is Bay State's largest vessel. This is the Provincetown 2 that makes daily trips down to the tip of Cape Cod. You see 3, 4, perhaps even 5 times as many fishing vessels tied up alongside the docks. However, due to the extensive overfishing of George's Bank, George Bank's an area about 100 miles southeast of Cape Cod, this overfishing was done primarily by foreign factory trawlers. Much of Boston's fleet was forced to move to other waters and other ports, such as New Bedford to the south or Boston to the north. Despite this, however, Boston still remains the premier fishing port here on the eastern seaboard.
Logan Airport, Boston.
However, after the Vietnam War, the military pulled out. With the state dying to the industrial park.
There's Bunker Hill.
And now off on the right, you can see the gray granite walls of Fort Independence.
Fort
Both are located here on Castle Island. Castle Island is recognized as the oldest continuously fortified area here in the country. The first fort was built in
I was going to bring
1634.
my map
The
today.
current fort you see there, Fort
Have
Independence,
someone help me. Probably.
was built of granite fort in nearby Quincy, Massachusetts.
But I
It
forgot
has
it.
actually never seen any real combat. However, one of its many
Beth
predecessors,
had
Castle
wrote down.
Williams, kept the British from burning the city when they evacuated during the
But
War
I
of
was going to visit
1812.
her.
The monument in front is dedicated to Donald Mackay, who was a famous East Boston clipper shipbuilder of the mid-1800s,
All the way out.
best known for his design of flying clouds. That vessel set a sailing record for a west coast passage from New York to San Francisco around the tip of South America in 89 days. It is a death record that still stands to this day for a square-rigged sailing ship. Castle Island also marks the dividing line between Boston's inner and outer harbors. It marks where we made here in 2015 back up Boston's inner harbor. As we turn around here, you can see some of Boston's 27 outer harbor islands. First island there, after that body of water, which is Dorchester Bay, is Thompson's Island, named for David Thompson, a son of a trading post there that traded with the Thompson Indians in the 1600s. It's now home to the Outward Bound Association, which is an educational facility.
There's Boston in the distance. Boston's shipyard. Primarily they do work on naval ships, they're saying. The dry dock in Boston. Skyline, Boston again. This was another naval shipyard shut down by Nixon because he didn't get the votes from this area. It's like San Francisco. This is what happened to the shipyards that were scientists and now condominiums and all this building space.
We're now approaching a part of the Charlestown Navy Yard that has been preserved by the Massachusetts State Park Society here in Boston. The first ship you see, the Red Hall of Fame superstructure, the old Nantucket lightship. These were all discontinued and tied up as museum ships. The great naval vessel you see there, the 793 on her stern, is the USS Castillon. Castillon is a Fletcher-class destroyer built in 1941. She saw active duty through the latter half of World War II as well as the Korean War. She was perfect for fighting in the South Pacific. She has a very shallow draft or doesn't need a lot of water to operate in, only 7 or 8 feet at her stern. However, after the Korean War, she was deemed obsolete. She was decommissioned and is now tied up here permanently on loan from the Navy to the State Park Society to be stored free of charge as a museum ship. And in back of the Castillon, you can see the mast and spars of the USS Constitution.
View of the Boston skyline. You want to zoom in?
As we turn around here, you get a better view of the USS Constitution. And then off on our right, as we turn around, you see a series of bridges. Those house the Thomas J. O'Brien locks, and they separate the Charles River from Boston Harbor, instituted to keep the flow rate of the Charles River down. Because Boston Harbor has a great tidal range, sometimes in excess of 10 feet. When Boston Harbor was at low tide, the Charles River would be flowing very quickly into Boston Harbor. So they put these locks in to control the flow rate. It also helped create the Charles River Basin, a popular place for private boaters. Off on the right, you can see a bunch of red brick buildings. Sticking above them is
private condos. The waterfront area. All the private condos right there. Very expensive, as you said.
Massachusetts, the big one, yeah. These first bridges were tried and executed right here on the Boston and Boston. And actually the favorite method of execution was not hanging or burning, it was crushing. What they would do, okay, this is the first one, right? They put you down the ground, they put a piece of board on top of you, and start piling up heavy stones, right, one by one, until the thing was literally crushing you. Down here, this dish. I don't know how much it's good.
Morning's coming right up to the comments.
He lived there until he was about 16 years old. And let's see if we can catch a swan boat on our left. I think there are any swan boats left today. We just stop running around.
This is the original bottom.
Swan boats over there, they're docked over there. I'll just get this tree. But these swan boats have been there for 4th century. Look at our right side. You can see the John Hancock building on our right side, the tall glass building. It's the tallest building in New England, Massachusetts, 62-story high. It's a wonderful observatory there on the 60th floor. Anybody looking up over there? It's open to 10 o'clock. There's a nice night view of Boston as well. On a very clear day, you can see all the way down to the tip of Cape Cod. Very nice view. If you look right at the bank of the Charles River, see that gray brown dome building on the bank there? Under the road? At the top of the stage, that half shell. It's open from the outside. That's the Boston Hawks performance of the 4th of July. It's just October. A great concert here, the Boston Hawks.
You want me to take a picture of Victorians? The what?
Many beauty salons are everywhere here on Newbury Street. But you have to be kind of careful. If you'd like to get a haircut on Newbury Street, the price range is anywhere between $40 and $400. So what range all in here? Don't ever take your car down here. It's a nightmare parking. Look at the beautiful mural coming up on our right side. Beautiful mural, they got paid the value.
Oh no.
Bet you was out supposed to be outside taking pictures, not inside.
You told me to take the pictures, Mom.
I said
I am taking the pictures as instructed. There's Becky
You get squirrels that come
fixing
up to you
dinner.
for you to do, huh?
This is their new kitchen. The backyard.
What?
House.
Hey, everybody. Hung up my shoes on, so this is as far as I go.
Okay, so.
You see a barn type structure. That is where Leona Helmsley lived when she broke the law. That's the federal penitentiary for women. And as you can see, she took good care of the yard. And then down below is Marion Lake Reservoir. That goes all the way up to the town of New Fairfield. And it's a no-access reservoir, so there's no boating or swimming on the lake.
Have you been down there?
No?
Huh?
Poison ivy between me and the water.
Oh, tell me about it. All right. This is the back of the house. There's Mom looking at pictures. I'm trying to figure out a computer game. How you doing, man?
I'm doing alright.
Are you winning?
We're even.
What game are you playing currently?
Chess.
Chess, ah. Well, if you beat the computer, you got to be pretty good. Because the computer will not make many mistakes. So this is John's office. And he's got the view of the lake from here, which is really nice.
And I'll turn that fish for you.
There. Was that where Boski was?
No, by that time they'd become a women's prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want me to Yeah.
This is the top of John Hancock Building.
Yeah.
There's Bunker Hill.
Where?
Right. St. Charles River.
Here at the battle on June 17, 1775. And he's wearing these clothes today partly because if he was wearing what I have on, this is a mixture of polyester and whatnot. If he was firing the muskets and a spark hit this would melt all over him. So these clothes are all natural fibers. So it's a protection against accident or injury, but also so he can better show to you the firing of the weapon that he has in his hands from an accurate perspective, which is the 75 caliber Shortland pattern musket, better known as the Brown Bess musket. This was the standard weapon used in this battle by all the British and most of the colonial forces engaged around this hill. This is a musket and not a rifle. And it's very important that you understand the difference between the two in the context of this battle in 18th century warfare in general. The weapons would have looked alike. If you've ever seen pictures of the Pennsylvania Kentucky long rifles being made here in America at that time, they were outstandingly good rifles. Daniel Boone would have used something like that on the Kentucky frontier at the time of this battle. But while the rifle had great range and accuracy, Daniel Boone could hit targets at 400 to 500 yards with no difficulty if he had a clean shot. The rifle in every other way was deficient to the musket. The musket was a faster loading weapon. Now, both rifle and musket 200 years ago were muzzle loading. That is, the main charge and bullet would go down the barrel. But because of the grooves inside the rifle barrel, which gripped the ball, that meant that ramming the charge down the muzzle meant that the rifle was a slower loading weapon. So while a well-trained soldier with the musket here could get off 3 shots a minute on average, somebody with a rifle, 1 shot per minute on average. So if you wanted rate of fire, you wanted volume of fire, you wanted this weapon right here, the musket. The musket was also easier to take care of in the field in terms of maintaining it and working on it. And also the musket was cheaper to manufacture. in a day and age when things were made by hand, the rifle was slower to make and more expensive. If you think economy and defense expenditure is a modern phenomenon in the United States or the Western world, you're sadly mistaken. King George III and the European monarchs were also interested in stretching money as far as it could go. Armies were an expensive proposition to maintain. And the musket was cheaper to manufacture, so that was the preferred weapon. But the other consideration for the musket was that when the fighting got hand to hand, as close as Joe is to you all right now, nobody's going to waste time loading and firing this as a firearm. Instead, with the musket, you would attach the bayonet to the end of the barrel, thus converting the musket from a firearm into a spear. Now, Joe, why don't you extend out and see how far you can go? You get great extension. This is a triangular-shaped blade, three-sided, narrow at the tip, wide at the base. Not two-sided like today's modern bayonets. You run this into somebody that's going to make a triangular-shaped sucking wound. It's very hard to heal. The blade edges will be razor sharp. A lot of times, they would put a jag or a twist at the end, so when you pull this out of somebody, it tears as much as cuts. The grooves here on the blade, designed so that if you get hung up on muscle or bone, you can more easily extract the weapon. The bayonet was a feared weapon, and in the hands of a well-trained soldier like the British regular coming up the hill, it was a very efficient killing machine. And in fact, that is how the British cleared the hill at the end of the battle. They finally got in among the colonists, right up here. And they wreaked havoc. They killed anywhere between 30 and 50 colonists in about 5 minutes of hand-to-hand fighting with the bayonet, because most of the colonists either did not have bayonets for their muskets or did not know how to use them very well. Now, the rifle in the 18th century was not equipped with a lug to hold the bayonet, and so was quite useless for holding this kind of blade on the end. So in a one-on-one exchange, the rifle came off second best 220 years ago. And throughout the Revolutionary War as a whole, only about 10% of American forces and only about 3% of the British and Hessians used the rifle. The musket was the standard infantry weapon of the day, and that continued up until the American Civil War. That's not to say that this weapon was perfect. Two big problems with the musket: limited accuracy and misfires. In fact, the range of the weapon was only 50 to 80 yards. To give you an idea of the close proximity of firing in this battle, where you are sitting or standing is inside the redoubt, the main American position. The granite curve behind us here, roughly where the east wall of the redoubt was located. Now, those pin-up trees out there about 25 to 30 odd yards away, that's where the British regulars were firing mass volleys of muskets at the colonists who are up here firing back. So again, back to range of the weapon, 50 to 80 yards. You have to be that close to your opponent to have a decent chance of hitting what you aim at with the musket. The other problem with the musket was the fact that it had a chance to misfire. One shot in 5. You pull the trigger on this weapon and it doesn't work.
Caliber, flintlock, muzzle loading, musket, so many words. That's why everybody called it by its...
Don't forget Shortland pattern.
Shortland pattern. Everybody called it by its nickname, which was the Brown Bess.
Mark. Oh! Rest. At the ready. Up top. 5. Out. Right. The wind today is a problem. Loose powder in the pan can blow every which way. If there's no priming there and you go to pull the trigger later on, you will not have the weapon fire. That's always a consideration when you have high winds, making sure you don't lose your priming at this point in the drill. Take care. Shut head. Charge with. Turn. Draw. Rammer. Ramp down. command. So again, you may want to cover your ears at this time. Take care. Take ready. Take aim. Fire. Round and load. Down. As you can see, this was slow going. And while this was a very good way to teach new recruits the drill, as we have going on the other side of the grounds today, or if you want to have good control within a large group of men, this is the best way to load and fire the weapon. But you weren't going to get off the best volley or rate of fire this way. So to speed things up, they had something called prime and load. The soldiers load the weapon at their own pace. And only when they're ready to fire the firing commands, they stop and wait for orders from the people in charge. And using this method of loading the weapon, you can get off between 3 and 5 shots a minute in combat if you were a well-trained soldier in the 18th century. And we're ready to try our second shot. Take care. Point. Fire. Come. Fire. Make ready. Engage. Fire. Come. Fire. Make ready. Engage. Fire. Shoulder fire. About face. Fire. Fire.
Above the battleship.
Hey.
Boston, there's the Constitution over there. Right there, there's the Constitution. Constitution's right there. So the poet is on deck of a destroyer. There's Ryan.
Let's go.
Being impatient once again.